If you step in front of a bus, you know you're going to get hit.
Well, get a room! Or a bedroom. Oh God! Now. Swallow your tongues now. Please, no more. Dad, I'm scared. Bye, Felicia.
Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more amazing, entertaining, delightful, great disciple content.
Tell me where the freak's at.
Hold up. Hey.
My name is Glenn Guinan. Defendant is my ex-fiancée, and we have a daughter together. She had trust issues during our entire relationship and once actually stabbed me in the head with her stiletto heel. I'm suing her for my medical bills, rent, and an engagement ring she never returned.
Cue the defendant.
I am Christina Carrasquillo. I do admit that I hit Glenn with my shoe. That is not the only reason why we broke up. He has a weird relationship with his mother, and he put her and his frequent visits to the bar before me and our daughter.
Glenn Guinan is suing his ex-fiancée for medical bills, an engagement ring, and unpaid rent. Now, Glenn, Christina is your ex-fiancée, and the two of you have a child together, a daughter. You admit that you had a tumultuous relationship, but you say the last straw occurred when Christina hit you in the back of the head with a high-heel stiletto, which caused you to have to go to the hospital and get your head glued.
I was trying to leave the bar and walk away from a fight, and as I was leaving and got to the exit, I felt a strike on the back of my head. Turned around, a patron at the bar said, "You just got hit in the head with a high-heel shoe."
And what did you think you were hitting the head with?
I thought I was hitting the head by a glass bottle. That's what it felt like.
I don't know which is worse. But Christina, you admit that you hit him in the head with your high heel stiletto.
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
But you say that your relationship was complicated as a result of the fact that he had a, quote, oddly close relationship with his mother, and that he had a close relationship to somebody at a local bar, and I suspect that this is the bar where you hit him in the head with the stiletto.
We got into a verbal agreement about a couple females at a bar.
A verbal argument or agreement?
Oh, argument.
She was paranoid, Your Honor.
I had his footprint on the side of my rib cage. I had a slash
from that night.
I had a slash on my eye. My glasses were broke. Yes, I did hit him with the stiletto shoe, but it was in defense.
So you're saying that it was in defense and that he had assaulted you?
Yes.
All right. Did the police come this night?
I have a police report to back up my evidence, Your Honor.
All right.
The police took his side because he is ex-Marine, and I was highly intoxicated at the time, Your Honor. I did black out, and I couldn't even speak.
The police don't take sides.
Right.
They see what's true and the facts.
All right. Patrol responded to 98 Main Street for a complaint, caused his head to bleed. All of the patrons inside the bar verified Guinan's account about being struck because he wanted to leave the bar. Carrasquillo was taken into custody, was yelling and screaming obscenities at everyone she came into contact with. I was unable to fingerprint her due to her lack of cooperation and hostile attitude. Wow.
Your Honor, I was so intoxicated that night, I could barely walk.
You still want to tell me that you were assaulted by him? Now, why are you suing her?
For the medical bills, also for an engagement ring that she broke off and moved out, and for 6 months unpaid rent, that we both have a lease, and I have a copy of the lease.
All right, I'll look at the copy of the lease. Christina, tell me about the relationship.
I was spit in the face, I was dragged across the street, I was verbally abused literally every day of our relationship.
Where's the proof of
He
it?
was very intimidating. He would, while I was pregnant, Your Honor, he grabbed me by my arm and threw me up against a countertop. He would break stuff in the house.
Did you call the police?
No. Yes, I did.
Do you have a police report?
No, I don't. The police didn't do anything about it at the time, Your Honor, because of the previous incident with the stiletto. He had order of protection against me, but we were living with one another.
Did you end up prosecuting her for this?
I ended up dropping the charges.
Why?
Because we got back together. I didn't want to see her go through anything. I felt bad. I still loved her.
For a psychotic.
You
For psycho, you felt
wait a
bad.
minute,
Still
wait a
psycho,
minute.
but I still love her.
A woman hit you in the head with a high heel stiletto, and you decide to get back with her. What you do? Promise she's going to wear flats from now on? What you do with you? Why would you do that?
It was stupid, Your Honor, on my part.
And you know what? If he's pushing you around, why are you going back to him?
I don't know. It was my stupidity, a lesson learned. But
Well, I don't know. You have a daughter?
a 4-month-old beautiful daughter.
4 months?
Yes.
Okay.
Which,
what is the deal with this engagement ring? He's suing you for the ring?
engagement ring. Usually when you get engaged, you set, dates to get married. We never even talked
We
about
got
marriage.
engaged, Your
First
Honor,
of all,
because of her insecurities.
You two can argue later. Why don't you focus at this end? It was not an engagement ring?
definitely
what was
not.
It? What was
It was a promise ring for commitment.
All right. And so how did you two end up breaking up?
I left with my daughter. We just weren't getting along.
So you moved out?
I moved out. It wasn't a good environment for my daughter.
All right. So you decide that you're going to move out, and now he wants the ring back because?
Because she could have worked it out, yes. And by her
No, you
leaving...
could have worked it out. You have a baby with this woman.
Absolutely.
The two of you should grow up.
Absolutely.
All right, that's number one.
Absolutely.
And by the way, what I want to know is, she's saying it wasn't an engagement ring, it was a promise ring.
No.
There is a significant legal difference between a promise ring and an engagement ring. Do you know the difference?
No.
All right. Do you know the difference?
An engagement ring is meant to get married.
Right.
A promise ring is just a gift.
Ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, the legal significance in New York State, which is where the litigants are from, is that you don't have to give a promise ring back if you don't get married, no matter who breaks up the relationship. But if you're engaged and it's an engagement ring and the marriage doesn't happen, you got to give the engagement ring back. Now, do you think she really didn't know that?
Of course
No?
she did.
Okay. Prove to me if it was an engagement or a promise.
Your Honor, I have here the promise ring I did buy. I upgraded to an engagement ring for her. So that's proof enough right there.
Talk to me.
I mean, I never got proposed to. Where's my proposal?
Did get
No, we're
proposed
talking about
to.
the ring, not the
That's what I'm
proposal.
saying. It was a gift. It was a promise ring. I don't even have the ring anymore.
All right. The receipt says, returned 1 diamond promise ring on 1/20/2010. And on 1/21 of 2010, an $800 10-carat gold, 1/2 carat total weight, imperfect H-colored diamond ring was purchased for $800 with a promotion of $200. How are you going to rebut that one?
Well, no matter what the title is that they're putting on the rings, that doesn't mean that the ring that he first bought me was a promise ring and then he proposed.
The
was
ring that
an
he first
engagement
bought you
ring.
was a promise
It
ring. He
was, it
took
says
it back
that.
and gave you an
Right.
engagement ring.
Exactly.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to get engaged to her. I wanted to show her I was 110%
Was she
committed to
pregnant
her.
at the time, Glenn?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What's the deal with his mother?
It's like I'm in competition, the whole relationship. It's so weird having to fight for Glenn through his mother. She would taunt me on Facebook.
One of the things she complains about, Glenn, is the fact that you take your family's side as opposed to hers.
I don't.
And my daughters.
I don't.
You just did. You know that.
I'm going to defend my mother for the simple fact that she was going on there
What about
talking
your
about
sister? What
my
about your
sister?
sister?
They come up to the hospital and she's like, this baby looks like it's been through war.
Oh, please.
What do you care? You had a baby.
She's a
I
drama
know,
queen.
exactly. In the church, Your Honor, I said hello to her to be the bigger person. She rolled her eyes at me and she went off. She got all white trash ghetto on me. Like, I was like, wow, are you
Your Honor,
kidding me?
if she had any respect
His
for me at all, she
mother-
would have never said anything.
If I
Especially
would've had
just getting
respect for
back from
him.
church.
You
5
know
minutes
what? It
before
sounds
we
like
left
a
for
holy
church.
war to me. The problem is that the plaintiff is suing for medical bills, he's suing for the engagement ring, and he's suing for the rent. The two of you leased an apartment together, and you signed the lease. I assume
I
you
did.
both did. And what was your share of the lease? $263?
Oh, I'm not even sure. I never
It was
paid.
half.
Half. Okay. Here's the issue. I want you to think about it. You're in love with this guy, or so you think, and you're upset with him that he's leaving. You think he's making eyes at the bartender. I read your statement. He wants to leave. You take your shoe off, you bang him in the head. He's got to get his head glued. You could have been prosecuted and sent to jail. He dropped the charges. Then you've got an issue with his mother. She could be mommy dearest for all I care, but you know what? It's still his mother. You're fighting with his sister. you got to look at yourself and say, you know what, I got some anger problems. It's not about whether you're right or wrong. It's about having the tools to go forward in life. All right? You're beautiful. You've got a lot of passion. I think that you crossed the line. Of course you crossed the line. You assaulted this guy. You put a stiletto in his head. What's wrong with you? The wrong guy would have shot you. Now, and you know what? Stop fighting with her. She is now the mother of your baby.
Absolutely.
All right? And you put her on a pedestal because she is your baby's mother. The issue is the medical bills. You were assaulted in Buffalo, New York. The date is, let's see, 2/23 of 2009. You had 1 year to recover for your medical bills. You chose to drop the charges, which means you didn't get restitution, and it's too late to sue her. Now, you lose on that. The rent. The two of you signed a lease. I have the lease. Is this your signature, Christina?
Yes.
Okay. So you get 2 months at $263, which is $526. Now the engagement ring. There is no question in my mind. It was an engagement ring. He took back the promised ring. He got you a half a carat diamond. You were pregnant at the time. The law in New York is very clear. He gets the money. To me, that totals to $1,091. You're not suing for anything, although I suspect, Christina, at some point you're going to go for child support.
Yes.
Verdict for the plaintiff. So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.